Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of my 50 States of Treasure Hunting series. In this series, I'll be visiting all 50 states doing some sort of treasure hunting, whether it's gold prospecting, metal detecting, gem hunting, geode hunting, scuba diving, wreck diving, pretty much anything you can think of. So make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell down below. That way you don't miss your state. You can easily check to see if I've already done your state. There's a 50 states playlist. You can go check out all the other videos, all the other states, and also subscribe so you don't miss my videos. I do put out a new video every 3 days, so please be patient as I roll these videos out. It's currently April 2019 and I don't have all 50 states done yet. So if you live in a state that I haven't covered yet, and if you have a really good idea about some good treasure hunting spots in your state, like metal detecting, gold prospecting, if you own a gold claim, even if you own like an old house or something that needs to be metal detected, let me know by sending an email. There's a link in the description to my email. I won't disclose the exact location of your secret spot, so feel free to send me any information you like through email and I might actually take the trip. And if you have a YouTube channel, I'd be happy to even collab and film a video with you. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, my daughter Aries and I are in Byron, Maine at a place called Coos Canyon. There's a lot of bedrock here, so we're actually going to be digging in the crevices looking for little pieces of gold here in the state of Maine as part of my 50 States of Treasure Hunting series. So, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, so we made it down to a spot down this slope here. It actually looks a lot easier than it is to get down that. Aries is taking care of this bedrock here. We're going to be scratching some crevices on. We're going to do the best we can probably in this area here. As you can see, this is sort of on the inside bend of the river right here. Low pressure zones all throughout here. I think this is a good spot to crevice for some gold in there. And there's a lot of snow on the ground. You can see some bigger bedrock sticking up there and over here. But this spot was pretty much one of the only accessible places. We drove around for quite a while looking for a spot, but yeah. All we have is 2 buckets, my arbor fabricating classifier. I've got a shovel here and a crevicing tool. Also got my Garrett Super Sluice. There's links in the description to pretty much everything you see here, including the arbor fabricating classifier. There's a discount code right here, SK Prospect. You'll get 10% off of your order. Okay, let's go over and check that bedrock out right there. Okay, so here's the bedrock that we're going to be scratching out, and as you can see, the ice is just now melting and it's opened this crevice up for us already. So all we have to do is actually grab that ice and yank it out. I could probably just do that with my shovel here. Yeah. That's going to give us access right to the bottom of that crevice. And clear up all this overburden.
Nice.
That's very satisfying.
Wow, that is really satisfying. This is going to be put in one of those satisfying video compilations on YouTube.
Yeah. It melted on top of here and left all this behind. Doesn't mean there's gold in it. There might be flour gold, but all the good stuff
is on the bottom of all that.
Yep. But all this stuff is all loose, so there's not going to be much gold in it.
Right.
All these little crevices at the bottom is what we want to get down to the bottom of. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to pan this stuff out, to be honest with you. Yeah. There's going to be more gold in this than the surrounding area.
It's just the ice melting. I keep hearing all these noises, but it's just the ice melting.
Right, so what I think I'm going to do is this loose overburden, I'm going to do a test pan of it just to see how we're going to do with. It'll give me a good idea of how much gold is actually trapped down below here. It's not going to be nearly as much as what's below it. So if we do find little pieces, I know that we should continue here. If I don't find anything at all, we'll probably just, maybe dig down a little bit deeper, maybe do a sample of a crevice like right here. And if there's nothing there, we'll skip it and we'll, try another crevice right here. We have a real good spot. Right in here you can see, right down in there, all these little, these are hard to get to. They're all jammed in there, these little rocks and everything. There's probably gold in here. because as you can see, it's like really jam-packed in there. All I need to do is, you know, chisel that stuff out and get way back in there. I have a pry bar up in the truck. Oh, that's cold. That water's much colder than, what was the last place we panned? Connecticut?
Mm-hmm.
This is twice as cold. This is like Colorado mountain cold right here.
That's where it feels like we are.
What's that?
That's where it feels like we are.
It does. It feels like Colorado out here.
Yeah, now we can see the mountains and the snow.
A lot of snow out here still. It all hasn't melted yet. What is it, April 9th right now?
It's April 7th.
7th. All right, just doing a test pan of some of the overburden in that crevice. There should be a higher concentration of gold even in this overburden compared to the surrounding areas. So if there's any gold here, we're going to find out right now. And if there's a good amount of gold, we'll continue down in that crevice. And we probably will anyway. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, there's a lot of flour gold in there. Come on over here. Look at this. Already I'm getting a lot of flour gold. This is really good.
You're not even fully panned.
Yeah, I'm already catching some flour gold over here in the corner, and I just started bringing the black sand down. This is a really good sign.
Oh.
That's all flour gold right there in the corner. Let me just pan this down. I'm already excited because I'm getting gold already. Wow, there's a good amount of flour gold in there. That's a really good test pan.
Oh yeah, I see it.
See all that gold right there?
Yeah.
Top?
Wow.
Black sands. Let me tap it up. Yeah, we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue in that crevice. You can see that right there we got some finds. There might even be bigger, chunkier gold down below. This is not till gold. Here in Maine, there is or was lode mines in the area, but our best chance of finding gold is placer mining here in the rivers and streams and stuff. So that's awesome. Let me grab it with the snuffer bottle. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit further in this crevice here, but I noticed something kind of negative about it, and that is that it is a wet bottom crack here. As you can see, the water is starting to peek through at the bottom, and what that tells me is that any gold that was trapped in there is going to the very bottom. It's in the water. Therefore, there's no use of really continuing on that. I'm gonna focus on the smaller crevices. Maybe even try this one here. We'll try to knock as many of these out as possible. These are a lot of work, guys. If you have never scraped a crevice, your knuckles are gonna be bleeding. It's a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun. And that's where the best gold is. All right, so as I was working on these crevices, first of all, take a look down here. I realized that this crevice here is also a wet bottom crevice, along with this one. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and stop working on those two. Now I was looking around for another crevice and I found one.
What was that?
Oh, you should point to the camera.
What was it?
That big melting.
Oh my God, I thought it was an animal or something.
So while I was in Australia, Sean from Busted Knuckles Prospecting showed me this trick where we were walking over the bedrock and finding these little pockets of dirt right on top of the bedrock. So all you would do is scrape them up. Having a Gold Monster 1000 or an Equinox 800 or something to detect over it first helps a lot. But if you don't have one, you can still blow tube these things out to see if there's any gold in there. So all I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna use my mouth, I'm gonna use my straw for my snuffer bottle. And try to close your eyes because you'll get an eyeful. But right at the bottom, if there's any gold, the gold will stay there and everything else will fly off. And also right over here, these are all crevices as well, but they're covered up with, they're full of material that's packed in there, and on top, this is moss full of black sand and all the heavies and everything. We can actually pick some of that out of there and pan it out as well. And we'll do that just to show you guys that there's a little bit of gold in there. No luck on the blow tubing right here. There's a couple little more crevices here. If I find anything, I'll let you know. Since that's all like wet, we're gonna go ahead and save that too. We'll pan that out.
Oh,
because
okay.
the gold actually gets trapped in this moss here.
Right.
So. The blow tubing really only works when it's dry, because the gold will get trapped in that wet stuff. So it's got to be dry, but this is all good stuff to pan out. All this stuff down here, we could chisel all that out, throw it in the pan. This is all real good stuff here.
It's so hard to get all of it.
Yeah, it is. It's an iceberg. Difficult to get in here. Because even if I could scrape it, it just falls right down. So I'm gonna do my best to save this stuff, just to see how deep down it goes. Because you can see it's a crevice here. If any gold over the years has fell in there, it's still in there. All this moss is the good stuff. It's full of black sand. You can even see that the moss itself is black. That black sand is real heavy, and the moss acts as a natural trap for all that gold and black sand and everything. All right, so we are actually losing sunlight. It took us a little longer to get to Maine than we expected, but this Coos Canyon place is really cool. You're not allowed to dredge, but you are allowed to pan and sluice and crevice and things, and I think you're gonna have your best luck crevicing. I did clean out a lot of these little crevices over there. Got a lot of this moss, which is actually in the pan right now. I'm gonna add that to my stuff that I creviced out of here from this skinny part, and then we discovered the wet bottom. Remember, you guys wanna crevice where it's a solid bottom and tightly packed rocks. That's where you're gonna get your best results from crevicing. But I think we're gonna find a little bit more gold in here, and then we're actually gonna go ahead and do some, like right where the bucket is, we're gonna dig straight down and we're gonna pan that stuff as well, just to see what kind of gold we get from that. Classify this stuff out real good. All I'm gonna do is smash up this moss real good and release all that fine gold out of there. It's probably all out. There's not a lot of material here that's been creviced out, but it should have a higher concentration of gold. Well, in these crevices, that's where you're gonna find your nuggets. That's where you have your best chance, right in the bedrock, jammed way deep in there. Because this bedrock has been here for hundreds of thousands of years, you know. If any gold in the history of that time is passed over one of those crevices, it's still in there, as long as nobody else scraped it out before me. Lots of black sand, that's good. A lot of heavies. The black sand is a good indicator of small gold. And there's a couple flakes of flour gold in here. Nothing really worth showing on camera, just a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 little flakes of flour gold. So nothing spectacular. I'm gonna grab it with the snuffer bottle regardless. Yeah. It's nothing to write home about, but it's fun coming out here. Are you enjoying yourself, Aries?
Yes.
It's fun, right? All right, this is the last pan, last bucket. I think we did like 3 pans or something, 3 buckets. We got a little bit of gold off that first one. The second one we didn't do too well. And this third one here, I have actually a mixture of just regular gravel bar stuff, and then also I put some more crevice material in here. So I think we'll get a little bit more gold. It's not gonna be a whole lot. And this water's nice and warm. It's very nice.
We're going swimming after this. We're gonna tan.
Yep. Oh yeah. Hey guys, don't forget to check out my 50 states of treasure hunting playlist. I got a few more states before this and a bunch more after it, so make sure you guys subscribe and everything so you don't miss those videos. Tomorrow we have New Hampshire and Vermont. Today we did Massachusetts and Maine. All right, let's see what we got here. Yep. Yeah, here we have some flour gold already. Like the first pan, we got some more flour gold right here showing up on the corner. I'm just gonna grab it as I see it. Makes it a lot easier during the cleanup here. Again, not a lot. Small amount of black sand, a few pieces of flour gold in here. Not a lot. And there's a lot of microscopic gold here in the black sands. I'm gonna grab that with the snuffer bottle. All right, we got our Maine gold here in our snuffer bottle. It's getting really cold out here. I think I wanna go back to Colorado and I'll show it to you guys there. All right, We are back in Colorado, and I have my stuff from Maine right here. Let's go ahead and pour this out. We'll take a closer look at it here in a nice controlled area here where we can actually see the gold. All right, here's our vial of Maine gold. Just marked it ME for Maine. Let's pour it out here and see what we got. Okay, we'll add a little bit of water, spin it around, and we'll get a good look at it here. I know it's not a lot of gold. If I would have found some better bedrock and dug all the way down to a solid bottom crevice, I would have got some flakes, maybe even some nuggets in that area. I just got some flour gold here. Totally nothing spectacular, but yeah, you can see it in there. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed that video from Maine, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. I put out a new video every 3 days. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching.